If you own a Hyundai, you already know you made a smart choice. These cars are reliable, fuel-efficient, and packed with value. But here is the thing. Even the most well-built vehicle on the planet will turn against you if you ignore the right maintenance tasks. And the scary part is that most Hyundai owners are not skipping the obvious stuff. They are skipping the small, quiet, easy-to-forget things that silently pile up into $1,000 repair bills. Today we are going deep into the maintenance tasks that almost nobody talks about. Not your oil change, not your tire rotation. We are talking about the stuff that your dealer probably never brought up, the things buried in your owner's manual that most people never open, and the overlooked details that separate the Hyundai owners who drive their cars for 200,000 miles from the ones who are back at the shop every few months wondering what went wrong. So if you want to protect your investment, keep your Hyundai running like new, and avoid the kind of surprises that ruin your month, stay with me, because what you are about to hear could save you thousands of dollars. Tip 1. The cabin air filter. Nobody replaces on time. Let's start with something that sounds minor, but causes more problems than people realize. Your Hyundai has a cabin air filter, and it is almost certainly overdue for a replacement right now. This filter sits behind your glove box or under your dashboard, and its entire job is to clean the air flowing into your cabin through the heating and air conditioning system. Most Hyundai owners have no idea this filter exists, and the ones who do know about it tend to assume it only affects air quality, which it does. But that is just the beginning of the story. When that filter gets clogged with dust, pollen, debris, and whatever else floats through your vents, your HVAC system has to work significantly harder to push air through. That extra strain puts stress on your blower motor. Over time, that blower motor wears out prematurely, and replacing a blower motor is not a cheap repair. We are talking a few $100s for something that a $15 filter could have prevented. Hyundai recommends replacing the cabin air filter every 15,000 miles, or roughly once a year. But if you drive in dusty environments, live in a city with poor air quality, or if you just have never replaced it, do it now. The job takes about 10 minutes. There are no special tools required. You can buy the filter at any auto parts store, look up your specific Hyundai model, and follow a quick video. That is one of the easiest wins in all of car maintenance. Tip 2. Brake fluid is not a lifetime fluid. This is one of the biggest misconceptions in car ownership, and Hyundai drivers are not immune to it. A lot of people believe that brake fluid is a sealed, permanent fluid that you never really need to change. That belief is incorrect, and holding onto it can compromise your safety and your wallet at the same time. Brake fluid is hygroscopic, which means it absorbs moisture from the atmosphere over time. As that moisture builds up inside your brake lines, it lowers the boiling point of the fluid. When you brake hard or repeatedly, think descending a long hill or emergency stopping on the highway, the fluid can actually boil inside the lines, creating vapor bubbles that are compressible. Suddenly your brake pedal goes soft or spongy. Your stopping distance increases, and in the worst case, your brakes fade at exactly the moment you need them most. Beyond the safety issue, moisture-contaminated brake fluid causes corrosion inside your brake calipers, master cylinder, and ABS unit. Those are expensive components to replace. Hyundai generally recommends inspecting and potentially replacing brake fluid every 2 years or 30,000 miles depending on the model. A brake fluid flush is inexpensive when done proactively. It becomes very expensive when you are replacing corroded brake hardware after ignoring it for 5 years. Do not let that be your story. Tip 3. The fuel injector cleaning that gets skipped. Here is something that almost never comes up in routine maintenance conversations. Your fuel injectors. Inside your Hyundai's engine, fuel injectors are precision components that spray a very fine mist of fuel into the combustion chamber. When they work perfectly, your engine runs smoothly, your fuel economy is excellent, and your emissions are clean. When they get dirty or partially clogged, everything suffers. Dirty injectors create an uneven spray pattern. Instead of a fine mist, you get a poor spray that does not atomize properly. The result is incomplete combustion, which means your engine is burning fuel less efficiently. You notice it as rough idling, reduced power, slightly worse fuel economy, and sometimes a subtle hesitation when you accelerate. These symptoms are easy to dismiss as just the car getting older, but the real cause is often nothing more than carbon buildup on the injector tips. Hyundai engines, particularly the GDI and Theta, two engines found in models like the Elantra, Sonata, and Tucson, are known to accumulate carbon deposits over time. A fuel system cleaning service every 30 to 45,000 miles can make a meaningful difference. You can do a mild version yourself with a fuel injector cleaner additive poured into a full tank of gas. For a more thorough job, a professional injector cleaning service is money well spent and far cheaper than the diagnostic fees and part replacements that come from ignoring the issue long term. Tip 4. Transfer case and differential fluid in AWD models. If you drive an AWD Hyundai, maybe a Tucson, Santa Fe, Santa Cruz, or Palisade, there is a maintenance item that almost nobody on your street is doing on time, and skipping it can lead to one of the most expensive drivetrain repairs you will ever face. Your AWD system includes a transfer case and a rear differential, and both of them run on their own separate fluid. That fluid lubricates all the gears, bearings, and clutch packs inside those units. Over time, the fluid breaks down, picks up metal particles from normal wear, and loses its ability to properly protect those components. When it gets too degraded, the metal-on-metal wear accelerates dramatically. Gears start to develop uneven wear, bearings get damaged, and by the time you notice symptoms, like a whining noise from the rear, vibration at highway speeds, or shuddering during tight turns, the damage is already done. Replacing a rear differential or transfer case on a modern AWD Hyundai can cost anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 in parts and labor. Changing the fluid, on the other hand, costs a fraction of that. Most Hyundai AWD vehicles need this service around 30 to 45,000 miles, and then periodically after that. Check your owner's manual for the exact interval for your model. And if you bought your Hyundai used and have no service records, assume it needs to be done immediately. This one tip alone could save you a transmission-level repair bill. Tip 5. The Serpentine belt and tensioner that people forget until it snaps. Your Hyundai's Serpentine belt does a remarkable amount of work. It drives your alternator, your power steering pump, your air conditioning compressor, and on some models, your water pump. It is one single belt running all of these critical systems simultaneously, and it is doing that every single second your engine is running. Most people know belts need to be replaced eventually, but what many people do not realize is that the tensioner, the spring-loaded pulley that keeps the belt tight, wears out too, and it often goes before the belt itself shows obvious damage. A worn tensioner creates belt slippage. Slippage causes heat and wear on the belt, and a belt that slips on your alternator means your battery slowly drains. Slippage on the water pump means inconsistent coolant circulation and potential overheating. The worst-case scenario is a belt that snaps completely while you are driving. When that happens, you lose power steering, your battery stops charging, your AC dies, and if your model uses the Serpentine belt to drive the water pump, your engine can overheat within minutes and cause catastrophic internal damage. This is not a hypothetical. It happens every day to drivers who push the interval too far. On most Hyundai models, the Serpentine belt should be inspected every 30,000 miles and replaced somewhere between 60 and 90,000 miles. Always replace the tensioner pulley at the same time. It is a small additional cost now that eliminates a much bigger problem later. Tip 6. Spark plugs. Beyond the basic interval, spark plugs are one of those items where people either change them too early or wait way too long. With Hyundai's Iridium spark plugs, the factory interval is often quoted as 100,000 miles, which leads many owners to mentally file this away as a non-issue for the foreseeable future. But there is more to the story. While Iridium plugs do last a long time under ideal conditions, their performance gradually degrades over that 100,000-mile window. As the electrode wears down and the gap widens, the plug requires more voltage to fire correctly. That extra demand strains your ignition coils, which are not cheap components to replace. You may also notice subtle misfires that do not throw a check engine light right away, but do show up as a slight roughness in idle or a small reduction in fuel economy. On top of that, if you use your Hyundai for frequent short trips, short enough that the engine never fully reaches operating temperature, deposits can build up on the plugs faster than the mileage-based interval would suggest. Checking your plugs around 60,000 miles is a wise precaution, even if they do not need replacement yet. And when you do replace them, always use the OEM-specified plug type. This is not the place to experiment with cheaper alternatives. Your ignition system is calibrated for a specific plug, and using the wrong one can cause misfires and premature coil wear. Tip 7. Coolant system service that gets ignored for years. The cooling system is one of the most overlooked systems in any vehicle, and Hyundais are no exception. Most owners only think about coolant when the temperature gauge starts climbing or a warning light comes on. By that point, the damage is often already happening. Hyundai uses a specific type of coolant, typically an OAT or HOAT formulation, and that coolant has a service life. Over time, the corrosion inhibitors in the coolant break down. Once those inhibitors are depleted, the coolant becomes mildly acidic. Acidic coolant eats away at your radiator, your heater core, your water pump internals, and the gaskets throughout your cooling system. This kind of internal corrosion is invisible until it causes a leak or a failure. There is also a very specific concern for certain Hyundai models that run aluminum engine components. Aluminum is particularly vulnerable to degraded coolant. The corrosion can pit the surfaces inside the engine block and cylinder head, leading to issues that are extraordinarily expensive to repair. A coolant flush is recommended every 5 years or 60,000 miles on most Hyundai models, whichever comes first. When you flush it, make sure you are refilling with the correct Hyundai-approved coolant and the right water-to-coolant ratio. Do not top off a degraded system with water and call it done. Do the job properly, and your cooling system will protect your engine for another 100,000 miles without complaint. Tip 8. Battery terminal and connection maintenance. This one sounds almost too simple to be worth mentioning, and that is exactly why almost nobody does it. Your Hyundai's battery terminals and connections are exposed to heat, vibration, and moisture every single day. Over time, corrosion builds up at the connection points. That corrosion creates resistance in the electrical circuit, and resistance means less efficient power delivery to your starter, your alternator, and the rest of your electrical system. A corroded battery terminal can cause all kinds of strange electrical symptoms that are easy to misdiagnose. Your car might be slow to start. You might notice flickering lights at idle. Your infotainment system might behave erratically. And because modern Hyundais have sophisticated electronics and can throw all kinds of warning lights related to charging and power, it is very easy to end up spending a diagnostic fee at the dealer for something that cleaning a terminal with a wire brush and a bit of baking soda would have prevented. Beyond corrosion, check that the battery terminals are physically tight. A loose terminal connection is a genuine hazard. It can cause sudden power loss while driving, interfere with your safety systems, and in rare cases create a spark near the battery that is a fire risk. Every 6 months, when you do your seasonal vehicle walkthrough, spend 60 seconds checking and cleaning those terminals. It is one of the lowest effort, highest payoff habits you can build as a car owner. Tip 9. Valve clearance inspection on high mileage engines. This is the maintenance task that even experienced car enthusiasts sometimes forget, and it is one that can genuinely determine whether a high-mileage Hyundai engine lives or dies. On certain Hyundai engines, particularly those found in older Elantras, Accents, and Velosters, the valve clearances need to be inspected and adjusted at specific intervals. Your engine's valves open and close thousands of times per minute. The clearance between the valve stem and the camshaft lobe must stay within a very precise tolerance. If the clearance gets too tight, valves can fail to close completely, causing compression loss and overheating. If it gets too loose, you get valve train noise, inefficient combustion, and accelerated wear. On engines with solid valve lifters rather than hydraulic ones, this inspection is not optional. It is a genuine maintenance requirement. Hyundai typically calls for this check around 60,000 miles on applicable engines. The symptoms of incorrect valve clearance are easy to miss in the early stages. You might notice slightly more ticking noise from the top of the engine or a subtle loss of power that you chalk up to the car just aging. By the time it becomes obvious, you may be looking at valve damage, seat damage, or in extreme cases, a head that needs to be rebuilt. Your mechanic can tell you quickly whether your specific Hyundai engine requires this service. Tip 10. The sunroof drain cleaning. Nobody knows about. We are finishing with one that genuinely surprises people every time it comes up. If your Hyundai has a sunroof, whether it is a panoramic sunroof or a standard moonroof, it has a drain system. Water that enters around the sunroof seal flows into small channels and drains down through tubes that exit at the corners of the vehicle, typically near the wheels or under the doors. Over time, those drain tubes clog with leaves, dirt, and debris. When they are blocked, water has nowhere to go, so it backs up into the roof of the car. And when it backs up far enough, it finds the path of least resistance into your cabin. And this might show up as water dripping onto your headliner, soaking into your carpet, or pooling in the footwells. And here is the expensive part. Water that sits in your carpet and cabin causes mold, electrical damage, and corrosion to your floor pans. You can end up with a ruined interior, damaged wiring harnesses, and a repair bill that makes no sense until someone finally spots the clogged drain tube. The fix, when caught early, is incredibly simple. Once or twice a year, especially in fall when leaves are falling, pour a small amount of water into the sunroof tray corners and watch to make sure it drains freely. If the water backs up or drains very slowly, the tubes need to be cleared. A thin, flexible brush or even a piece of trimmer line can often clear them from above. It takes 5 minutes. It prevents damage that can cost thousands. That is the kind of maintenance this entire video has been about. The bottom line: owning a Hyundai is genuinely great value for money, but that value only holds up if you take care of the whole car, not just the obvious parts. The maintenance tasks we covered today are the difference between a Hyundai that serves you reliably for 15 years and 200,000 miles, and one that starts draining your bank account at 80,000 miles when people start saying it was just bad luck. It was not bad luck. It was deferred maintenance on the things nobody warned you about. Now you know. So, take this information, go through your service records, and figure out which of these tasks are overdue for your vehicle. Your future self and your future bank account will thank you for it. If this video helped you, share it with another Hyundai owner in your life. Subscribe so you do not miss more videos like this one. And drop a comment below telling me which of these tasks you had no idea about before today. I read every single one. Drive safe out there and take care of that Hyundai.